The Koepka and DeChambeau rivalry that shook up the PGA Tour. Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau are two of the superstars in the world of golf. This is their rivalry that became a golf phenomenon. This is intriguing. We scanned the pages of the PGA Tour, ESPN, and Golf Digest to get the whole story of this feud. Join us in our investigation, and together let's find out the real score of this golf rivalry. Where did it all begin? It all started with a comment that Koepka made about the slow play at the Dubai Desert Classic in January 2019. He said he couldn't understand how a player takes a minute and 20 seconds or a minute and 15 to hit a golf ball. He continued to say that it drives him nuts, especially when it's a long hitter, as he's got one or two guys hitting before him, giving him enough time to do his calculations. There was no name mentioned, but everybody knows DeChambeau was known for his methodical approach to his every shot. When DeChambeau was asked about the comment, he simply said how impressive it is that a golfer is able to do what he is doing in a matter of 45 seconds. And people don't realize how difficult that is. In August 2019 at the Northern Trust, a video of DeChambeau taking more than 3 minutes to hit a 70-yard pitch went viral. 2 days later, DeChambeau approached Ricky Elliott, Koepka's caddy, to tell Koepka that if he had something to say about his slow play, he should tell it to his face. The two shared a private conversation on the Sunday of the tournament. While DeChambeau felt he was singled out by Koepka in his comment, Koepka said it was a generalized comment. The conversation ended with the two agreeing to keep their comments private, and so it appeared that the issue was resolved. In January 2020, Koepka with other athletes appeared in ESPN magazine's Body issue, showing off their physique. DeChambeau criticized Koepka's body while live-streaming himself playing a video game on Twitch, saying he didn't have any abs. The criticism was obviously a breach of their agreement to keep issues private and not public, especially in social media. Koepka responded with a post saying, "You were right, DeChambeau. I am too short of a six-pack," with a picture of his 4 golf trophies. In February 2020, DeChambeau was named in Sports Illustrated's Fittest 50 list, and not Koepka. DeChambeau made sure of acknowledging the other impressive names on the list, which didn't include Koepka. When COVID-19 hit, the Koepka and DeChambeau rivalry went on hiatus. The feud between Koepka and DeChambeau became one of the most high-profile rivalries in professional golf. It combined elements of personality clashes, media soundbites, and social media jabs, with the positive effect of captivating fans and bringing added attention to the sport. Did the COVID-19 pandemic put an end to the rivalry? Upon golf's return in July 2020, DeChambeau won the Rocket Mortgage Classic by 3 shots, featuring his new, bulked-up body. Everyone noticed how far he was hitting the ball, with some questioning how he had quickly gained so much weight. When he had a full-minute confrontation with a cameraman during the 3rd round, golf fans were whispering the S word, short for steroids, including Koepka. At the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational, DeChambeau asked for a relief from a rules official after his errant tee shot rested on a fire ant nest, and he believed that fire ants are potentially dangerous. His request was ultimately denied, and so Antgate began. On the next day, Koepka found himself in a similar situation after his tee shot landed in the rough near some trees. While going through his pre-shot routine, he pointed to the ground, called out to his caddy Ricky, and said, "There's an ant." Ricky took the bait and moved in to take a closer look. The media cameras and mics picked up the action, and the video went viral at DeChambeau's expense. During an interview with Sky Sports after his first round at the PGA Championship in August 2020, Koepka commented that there's no reason to be scientific with all the numbers and stuff like that on TrackMan, as he only had to go out and play. The pot shot may seem innocent, however. DeChambeau was nicknamed the Mad Scientist. Koepka sustained a hip injury that kept him out of the 2020 US Open in October. Meanwhile, DeChambeau claimed his first major, beating Matthew Wolff by a whopping 6 strokes. A few weeks later at the CJ Cup, when asked about DeChambeau's big win, Koepka said didn't see a single shot of his victory. While Golf Channel was interviewing Koepka after his 2nd round at the PGA Championship in May 2021, Koepka lost his train of thought at the sound of DeChambeau's spikes clanking against the cement within Koepka's earshot. He rolled his eyes and cussed on camera. The incident was leaked and went viral. With the eye roll, Koepka elevated his feud with DeChambeau from petty bickering to global phenomenon. At the Memorial Tournament, a few weeks later, fans got in on the fun. After Koepka tweeted a video of DeChambeau hitting a tee shot with a fan calling him Brooksy and DeChambeau responding, "Whoever called me Brooksy better get out of here." The number of fans yelling Brooksy at DeChambeau escalated in numbers. It got to the point where 3 fans were tossed out of the tournament for shouting Brooksy. Koepka, who wasn't playing, partnered with Michelob Ultra to give free beer to any fan banned from the tournament for shouting Brooksy. With the continuation of the feud, there were more yells of Brooksy happening in PGA events. Whether the Koepka-DeChambeau feud was serious or not, it cannot be denied that it was good for the game. The fact that the sport is pretty much talked about consistently in every news outlet for about 2 weeks, non-stop, only results in renewed interest in the game, which can translate to more event viewership. Is the rivalry still alive and kicking? Before the start of the 2021 Ryder Cup in September, team captain Steve Stricker had a conversation with Koepka and DeChambeau to put their beef on hold for at least a week so it would not be a distraction. Both players said they were on board and they were willing to put their differences aside. After the U.S. team proved successful in bouncing back from their rout 3 years ago at the hands of the European team in Paris, the camera caught the team congratulating one another. Koepka and DeChambeau shook hands, embraced in a half handshake and a half hug. At the end of the final news conference, Justin Thomas took to the mic and shouted for Koepka and DeChambeau to hug in front of everybody. The two were just too happy to oblige, hugging it out with the Ryder Cup trophy behind them. In November 2021, Koepka and DeChambeau engaged in a 12-hole winner-take-all edition of The Match. While there was trash talk between the two ahead of the showdown, it was certainly orchestrated. Koepka won the match with a 5-3 win over DeChambeau. 7 months later, the pair did the unexpected, leaving the PGA Tour for the greener pasture of the LIV Golf. Defecting in the span of a few weeks, the two found themselves on the same side of the Gulf War. A year has passed without incident, and it's now July 2023. Without warning, the duo yucked it up on the course, announcing their budding bromance, complete with the Let's Go Brooksy t-shirt et al. With an Instagram post in Koepka's account. The rivalry has been finally squashed flatter than a smash burger. Koepka and DeChambeau teamed up against Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler in a LIV Golf versus PGA Tour showdown last December 2024 that aired on the TNT channel. It was the first time that the two teed off as teammates, which never happened at the Ryder Cup. The PGA pair of McIlroy and Scheffler came out on top against the LIV duo of Koepka and DeChambeau over 18 holes, split into 3 stages. The PGA pair won 7 holes, while the LIV duo only managed to win 1. The Koepka-DeChambeau rivalry makes it abundantly clear that friendship can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. But we assure you that it will only take you to subscribe to our channel to become our friend for life.